Hi guys, and today I wanna tell you how I made a Rammstein Ich will song. So let's go! First of all, of course, let's go to the instrument. For the guitar I used the Ample Metal Eclipse with a preset bypass FX. I made it to make my own music guitar sound, so I used the Easy Mix 3. And for this one I used the American Trash. So just listen how it sounds without it. Of course, I made a little bit of humanizing. I just click on the tools, randomize, and here I just turn the velocity knob. For the clean guitar I also use the Ample Metal Eclipse and also with bypass FX. To make the sound a little bit better I use the round lead to make it a little bit blues. And also a little bit of a humanizing. So let's listen it without Easy Mix. And with. Wow, it's a really good sound. By the way, if you wanna get these notes and know all the structure and all these VSTs that I used in this video, you can go to my Patreon and get the FLP right there. The third instrument is a bass. I use the Ample Metal Array 5. It's a really good bass with a default preset. And to make it a little bit evil, I used Easy Mix 3 also with the bass aggro. So let's listen it without Easy Mix. And with. It's really a huge difference. By the way, about this, you need to make it in a mono and make the volume not so loud, not to fight with the guitars and with the drums. And let's go to the drums. I use the Easy Drummer 2 with the Drumkit from Hell and preset tape. And also I made my heads not so loud. Of course the Easy Mix 3 and I use the modernizer. Let's listen it without it. And with. And of course I use the SUS 2, it's very important when you're making your drums. So let's click on the drums and we need to choose the hi-hat remover. Just listen what the difference. So it's really big difference. For the main melody I use the Golden Pipes key S in the Dune 3. And it sounds not like in the original track, but it sounds good too. What about the Easy Mix 3? I use the general leveler and let's listen it with and without. And also I made here the Out T, is really very important to make it not so bassy, so. Yeah, it's just a different sound. For background voices I use the Flex and the preset Space Voice. So just listen how it sounds. Let's listen it without Easy Mix. By the way, for Easy Mix I use the Choir Bright doubler. For the strings I also use the Flex and preset Strings 1. So let's listen. For Easy Mix I use the Stereo Strings preset. And let's listen it without. And with. So by the way, let's talk about the synth bass. I made it so when a guitar playing, strings and voices go lower, not to make a lot of madness. So what I made? I just made the synth bass. I click on the voices and click on the strings and right mouse button route to this track only. There I make a fruity limiter, comp, sidechain, and choose the guitar distortion or guitar clean. And if you don't have these guitars in this list, you need to make an important thing. You need to click on the guitar distortion, right mouse button, and sidechain to this track. And after you made all of these, you just click on the comp, you just choose the right guitar, and you turn all these three knobs. And let's go to the master. For the master, I just took Metal Master Retro. And also I made some little bit equalizing to make the sounds better. And of course OTT. So let's listen it without all of it. And what about the equalizer? Just listen how it sounds without the equalizer. So I made it sound way better. You can just look here or just go to my Patreon and get this FLP to make it by yourself. So, and let's listen the full result of our song. So, if you enjoyed this video, just click on the like, subscribe on my channel and leave your comment. And also don't forget about my Patreon. Absoyed was with you. See you soon.